Vale, ahora ya sí se me escucha. Ok. No era tan complicado que nos hagamos en un vasito de agua. Vale, pues vamos a ver de qué va el juego este. Ya digo que tenía bastantes ganas de probarlo, en verdad. Ahora esto lo proyectamos. Esto aquí. Y listo, se viene, se viene. No, pero lo que tengo que proyectar es esta. Ahí sí. Veamos. No sé de qué coño irá el juego, pero es en el primer juego que me salta el aviso de Twitch de que el juego es para adultos. Así que... Digo, uff. Uy, mi madre. Lo que le ha pasado a este.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah.
Uy,
Listen.
uy, uy, uy.
Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
Uy, uy,
By the
uy,
time
uy.
your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
Quieto, Torete, quieto.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you...
Se la pincha la mama.
You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know
Segundito.
you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but
Está
you will
entrando un
tell me
viruji. Virujiti.
I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours.
Para que este viene a robar un libro, ¿no?
You'll see.
Nosotros tenemos el libro escondido.
Loosens tongues in no time.
Por lo que quiero entender.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational and open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
¡Uy, la mama! ¡Uy, la mama!
Von Burchard,
Hmm?
listen. Let's make a deal.
Y si vieras a mi madre...
I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
¿Sí?
Do this. Trust me.
Confiar en ella. O actuamos. Nada, en la mama siempre hay que confiar.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Ojito a la señora McGonagall, ¿eh?
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
A
Couldn't be
mamá hay que
better.
confiar siempre.
He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, You're no spring chicken
No,
anymore.
ya no tienes, no los tienes.
Come
Tienes
on,
una edad,
let's go
mamá.
And
¡Mamá!
don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchert.
Hala, ahí. ¿Usan el elixir dorado? Ya se han pasado las navidades, tú. Isla de Lord Mortimer. Qué raro, ¿no? Comemos la publi. Nos comemos la publi.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up von Burchett's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
Pedrusco es. Un pedrusco es.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age.
Dale con que no tiene una
I'm
edad.
sure I'll
Al final
find
te
you
se quita
once
la
again,
zapatilla y te sacude.
slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess. We find
Oh,
ourselves
mi
both
madre es
invited by
duquesa.
Stockholm.
Well,
Ah,
how
no.
very amusing.
Esta no es
Perhaps
mi
we have
madre.
some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Stockholm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
¿Qué lo ha traído hasta aquí? Motivos personales.
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming
Así,
here to
así.
myself.
Nosotros
I promise.
no
it
tenemos
has
que dar
nothing to do
explicaciones.
with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island,
Bueno,
and only a very few ever make it.
pero yo juego en otra liga, chaval.
Imagine this must be your first time here.
Nosotros nos interesa enterarnos de la duquesa.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
Sabía yo.
Come back again. I
Viene
imagine
muy
you're
fresca,
afraid to
duquesa.
be
Viene muy
obstinate.
fresquita. Va a coger
Here,
frío.
everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you
Preguntas
any
mucho,
embarrassment.
viejete. Preguntas mucho.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this
Hombre.
prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
¿Sao? ¿Sao?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
Hasta luego. Ay, la mama.
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
La delantera, Duque.
I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah. No one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Esto puede estar interesante, ¿eh?
Just one thing left to do.
Igual simplemente hay que ir tomando decisiones, o sea que...
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
Tienes mala cara, mamá.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay.
Acabo de imaginar.
Phew.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on?
Oh,
Here, take this.
sí.
I'm sorry.
Acabo de llegar y ya estoy sangrando, mi
Are
rey.
you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and
¿La
I'll catch
película
up
de
with you,
esto?
okay?
Are you sure?
Yo me imagino que
Yes.
sí.
I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
La duquesita las mata callando. Las mata callando la duquesa.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or
Ah, pues mira, si no nos
what?
movemos.
This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Vale, ahí corro.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we
Uy.
didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Elige tu clase. Tu elección de clase define tu conjunto de habilidades básicas. Podrás aprender el resto de habilidades, pero costará más desbloquearlas. Ok. El diplomático sobresale en sociedad. Un orador de gran talento. Que evita dejarse en cuenta con además de buena actuación. El oculista. Ah, ocultista. Ya decía yo que oculista no pegaba mucho aquí. Es un maestro del engaño. Convencido de la importancia del conocimiento. Ha adquirido mucha experiencia en las artes y en las ciencias. Se sirve de otros para alcanzar sus propios fines. Y el detective... Habilidades: manipulación, ocultismo, erudición, ciencia, engaño. Política, protocolo. ¿Y el detective? Inquisición, observación, psicología, agilidad, lógica. Ocultista de calle. Desbloquea las habilidades de... Ahora tienes 7 puntos de esfuerzo para usar habilidades. Ciencias. Mantente al día con conocimientos científicos y técnicas médicas. Uf. Haz que otras personas... Ok. Añadimos aquí. Manipulamos, mi rey. Ahora mismo no puedo. Otro rato si me lo envías me lo veo. Pero ahora no me lo puedo ver porque es que si no pierdo el hilo. Engaño. Disfruta de un sólido bagaje cultural. Una. Vale. Validamos. Ah, igual había podido escoger de los otros rangos también.
I have been involved in all sorts of unsolved cases. Have you ever heard of the Abbey of Hexham?
Vaguely.
An ingenious scam involving mass manipulation on a scale never seen before.
There was a cavern under the abbey, wasn't there?
Exactly. The wind would blow in through spouts, creating a terrifying howling sound. So, to stop the howling, the priests called for offerings from the peasants.
And if they brought enough money, I'm guessing the priest stopped the howling. A perfect trick to fool simple
Ese ruido, el
souls.
truco perfecto.
Admit it, Duchess. That story kept you in suspense, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I'm delighted to find out that you were the young and brilliant French investigator.
For someone who only remembers the case vaguely, your memories are very clear.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her
La
by any
mamá me
chance.
ayuda. Me ayuda la
Well,
mamá.
Louis, we've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Que no me acuerdo, coño. Pero... A ver, si fingimos que nos acordamos, igual estamos dando más importancia de la que realmente tiene. Así que vamos a decir, no me acuerdo de ti,
Please
tía.
excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Le regalo los oídos.
Well, I must say, you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Te lo regalo.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
Bueno, hace 4
Sorry,
años.
I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but
Que
I
no.
really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Oportunidades. Las habilidades te permiten descubrir detalles ocultos. Selecciona el objeto que más llame la atención en una situación para descubrirlo. Igual teníamos que haber tirado por el otro lado. Porque...
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Personalidad. Todos los personajes que conozcas en la isla tendrán su propia personalidad. Lo que hace que sean vulnerables a ciertas habilidades e inmunes a otras. Fundamental aprovechar su personalidad. Uf.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Puedes conseguir talentos al llevar a cabo ciertas acciones. No olvides consultar los requisitos de desbloqueo y los efectos. Ok. A ver. Aquí es donde puedo mirar personajes. Vale, a esa le teníamos que haber seguido el rollo.
Louis Moras de Riche.
Uy, este juego es de pensar mucho,
Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Usted debe ser el hijo de Sara. Uy, me conocen. Soy importante. Vale. Usted debe ser el hijo de Sarah Richie. Sepa que estamos haciendo todo lo que está en nuestras manos para encontrar a su madre lo antes posible. Vale.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
Ya.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights
Se esconde la mamá, la quieren hacer pupita,
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Tus habilidades te darán acceso a acciones y elecciones exclusivas. Cambio de puntos de esfuerzo. Vale. Pensamos que tal vez su madre estuvo aquí.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed.
Nadie ha visto nada, ¿no?
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials S.
Es el suyo.
We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother.
Trae para acá el pañuelo, que es de mi mamá.
I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
What the fuck?
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
En el embarcadero, señor, donde usted llegó.
Pass me the handkerchief.
But sir, my orders were to give it to my master.
Are you refusing to give me my own mother's personal belongings?
Huh.
Even though she was greatly looking forward to meeting your master, she's gone missing. And you seem incapable of finding her.
Oh, but sir, please.
And to top it all off, you refuse to give me the handkerchief that she so often let me use? Do I deserve such little consideration in your eyes? Is that what you wish me to
Ojito,
report to your master?
No, certainly not, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I have been such
Así me gusta.
Here you are.
A mis pies. Clavo.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is.
Esto está interesante, ¿eh?
What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
¿Qué se hace aquí?
There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother.
Pistas, pistas.
Wooden floorboard.
Tablón. Caminar.
Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed.
Abrimos la puerta. De una, mi rey.
Locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
Qué raro. Está cerrada, no voy a poder abrirla. La forzamos.
There we are.
O sea que lo que aparece ahí abajo a la izquierda son los puntos. Vale. Aquí me huele que... ¿Qué es esto? Dos puntos de esfuerzo.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty.
Uy, uy, uy,
I don't know
uy.
if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful. This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dock. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a
Por
waste.
eso está ahí.
Someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother, and quickly too.
Fragmentos de ámbar. Acabas de encontrar un fragmento de ámbar. Cada vez que reúnas 4 aumentarás...
Amber crystals.
Ok. Vale, listo. Aquí.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Área real.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Nos tienen controlados. De hecho, me están viendo. ¿Qué estoy haciendo?
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy.
Pa' la saca. Así, sin anestesia.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Majalea real.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Aquí yo creo que no voy a encontrar nada más.
Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look.
Veamos las cartas.
A letter written in an Oriental language.
No conozco el idioma.
I haven't the slightest idea what it says.
Que estudiar. A ver, examinar las otras.
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI.
Al Papa.
And Giovanni Braschi.
Escriben al
I wonder
Papa.
which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person.
En principio aquí no hay... Nada, aquí no hay nada que rascar.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Nada, listo. En la barca no hay nada. Nada, vamos para arriba. Ponía aquí.
A Latin inscription.
Una inscripción en latín.
Annesis. Mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatio.
Claro, eso mismo.
You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Uy, 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 uy. Entramos en la boca del lobo, chicos. Se viene. Ahí está, el robapañuelos.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Vamos para adentro. Consulta tu diario con frecuencia. Verás.
Impressive.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
Ya está el
What can I do
curita.
for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Confrontaciones. Durante una confrontación deberías avanzar por las distintas fases mientras tratas de ser lo más persuasivo posible. Las confrontaciones tendrán consecuencias en el resto de la historia. Ok.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
¿Qué más da? Deme la carta. O te reviento.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep.
Ahí, ahí.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has
La mamá
rendered
tiene
great
contactos.
service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Uf. A ver, para recibir hay que dar.
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put...
Vale, pero déjame responder.
Shit. All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Dale, fingimos que no me interesa.
Look, you seem hesitant. The simplest thing to do is just to give it to her when you see her. After all, it's not that urgent.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's urgent. I mean, what if we don't find each other here on the island?
Though I don't know yet
Tiramos
when
el
I'll be
farol.
leaving. I might not be staying for very long. What to do? Can you see a solution? Come on, just give me the letter for crying out loud.
I cannot run the risk alone. I am going to trust you. You seem like an honest man.
Sí, pero me acabas de tirar que...
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
En la última fase deberás convencer a tu introductor dando una respuesta positiva. Si te equivocas, la fase se repetirá hasta que des la respuesta correcta. No te quedes más rápido. Ok. Escúcheme, hijo mío. Si le entrego la carta, me presento.
So it's not through a lack of goodwill, but I'd rather swear by something else.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, to be honest with you, and for my promise to keep all its value, I assure you, it would be better if I didn't swear before God. I shall swear upon my mother's life, if you prefer.
Are you aware of the enormity of what you just said to me, young man?
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there.
Nos ha hecho jurar por Dios, si no queríamos.
Monsieur Delich.
Coño.
And I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, She always provided assistance.
Por supuesto.
Young man,
Estoy orgullosísimo de ser hijo de la mamá.
proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Encontrarás numerosas pistas y objetos ocultos. Puede que algunos afecten en gran medida el desarrollo de tu aventura. Ok. Veamos.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by
Plutarco.
A biography of the great men.
Al inicio de cada misión puedes seleccionar tus lecturas para conseguir puntos. Hala. A leer. Voy a hacer un pipí, ya vuelvo. Vale.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi.
Cardinal
He
Piaggi.
joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington.
Ya me ha dicho
President
eminencia.
of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends,
Uy, la
do
duquesa.
any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Uy, la
Not in
duquesa.
the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
¡60!
So, if
Así
I
acaba en la
understand
noche.
rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Inventar una excusa.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Bien, bien.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Cuando se agote el tiempo se generará automáticamente una respuesta. Oh, ok. ¡Coño!
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have
¿Te
read
parece
my
una
thoughts.
mujer?
I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Nos quedamos hablando.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home.
Sí, sí,
I'll
sí,
follow
sí.
you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Home. I shall see you later.
Yo creo que hay poco donde rascar.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
El curita, ¿por qué tiene que venir?
Too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Home, an old friend of Lord
Tan
Mortimer's.
viejo.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
¿Cuál es la historia exactamente?
You seem to know my mother well. Is that true?
Who does not know of her, sir? She has such a wide circle that everyone knows your mother from a distance or closer.
Everyone knows Sarah, my son.
But you only know her by her reputation.
I remember she once worked for the Crown of England and that she always honors her engagement.
La mamá famosa.
However, we have never been personally introduced, sadly.
Well, if I'm to believe my vision, you're not going to get along with her.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you're mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Conexión. Pues no sé qué. Uf.
Do you know if anyone else has gone missing recently?
Not at all, sir. It's as if Sarah has purely and simply vanished into thin air.
That's right. Just take me for an idiot, why don't you?
Not even a servant, then?
Not even a servant. I can assure you, we would have been informed.
Keep your faith, my son. Only the celebrated Sara Derice could vanish before our very eyes, and she will reappear. You will see.
¿Qué pasa?
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing. Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Slight arrhythmia, nothing too serious. Do you often feel faint?
Leave me alone.
Yes, Elizabeth suffers from poor health. Her fits are part of her daily life.
I would guess it's more like an anxiety attack, as if something had suddenly terrorized her. She reeks of laudanum, though. Are you receiving any regular medical treatment, miss? Miss Adams, are you receiving any medical treatment?
No,
I don't know what you have to be afraid of yet, miss, but trying to drive out your demons with drugs won't do much good.
Can you tell me something about her? Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Sea air can do wonders.
Sí, pues le sienta de puta madre.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen,
Solo hacemos que
it's
perder
getting late.
oportunidades.
It is time for everyone to go
Pero
to
si
bed.
no he cenado.
It has been a long day.
No me han dejado ni cenar.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities.
Uy, 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 uy. Lo mata callando el Washington, ¿eh?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Elizabeth Adams.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Uy, uy, uy.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning.
Igualmente, duquesa.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been
Que
quite a
aquí hay
day.
tema, pero vamos.
Right. Where is my room?
A ver. Y es que no tengo puntos todavía, ¿no?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Vaya cacho castillaco, ¿eh?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ojito.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
A chuparla.
Let's see what it contains. Too bad for
La
Piaggi.
mama y la mama.
So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon. Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Vete a la cama.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Coño. Estos son todas las terrazas, ¿no? ¿O solo la mía?
A cache.
Yo me llevo todo para la buchaca. Aquí está mi rey. ¿Quién está para ahí? Ah, no, no. Que literalmente es toda la habitación. Hasta luego. No tengo puntos de eso, coño. Cacho cama, ¿eh? Cacho cama. Ahí para dormir Blancanieves y los 7 gnomos. No he recogido el libro del embarcadero. Pues F. Vale, esa está. Perfecto. Iniciar. Pero ahora que me teletransporto a lo de los manuscritos. Madre mía. Te le da los porros,
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
O sea que me han metido ahí aposta.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please
Madre mía.
forgive me for this late hour.
It is never
Tremendo
too late,
peinado.
and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this? Come, take a seat, my friend.
Viejito, el viejito ese estaba claro que ocultaba algo. ¡Napoleón! Pues vaya peluca.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Tremendo combo, ¿eh? Ya estoy sangrando otra vez. Es que me paso el día sangrando.
I'm coming.
La duquesa. Seguro. Ya voy.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah,
¿Cómo?
that's bizarre. Fair enough.
¿Cómo?
I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Vamos a investigar.
Count on me, sir.
Ayudar, vamos.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Sí,
Trust
pues,
me.
con lo seca que es, que no quería decir nada. No sé.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
A ver.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Ah, coño, que es para el otro lado. Claro. Es que un mini mapa no venía mal, mi rey. Ahí está el curita. ¿Está? Mira el curita. Como le gusta el chisme.
Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe a Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Guard.
El Bonaparte.
Should do something, my son.
Voy para allá, venga.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Ahí, nos ganamos la confianza del curita.
Who do you think you are?
Múltiples caminos. Existen múltiples caminos que puedes seguir para lograr tu objetivo. En ocasiones es buena idea pensárselo 2 veces. Ok.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell's going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy. If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me
Estoy cagando,
one good reason not to knock you down.
You're not back in your slum now. You're in Lord Mortimer's home. I suggest you think carefully about what you're going to do.
Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots. Cat got your tongue? I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move. We're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Un personaje que ha desconcertado. Aumenta el costo de...
I've watched you, and you're shaking. I'm betting you won't fire.
¡Ah!
I'm not in the habit of
Órdago,
being Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
Sí, pero ahora le he metido el marrón al otro.
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing.
Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
El broche para el bolsillo. El broche para mí.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes. I didn't ask for the moon.
¿Qué quieres que
You
haga?
found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
Bueno. Regresa a la cama, pero... Esto para la buchaca. Vamos para arriba. Vamos a la cama, que hay que descansar.
Sur Jacques Perru.
No sé, no interesa.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Uy, mira. Napoleón. Madre mía, tremendos salones, ¿eh?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Me deja llamar a la puerta la duquesa. Ponía ojitos de querer. Vale, creo que era esta la habitación mía.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need
Este
more
oculta
men
algo
of
también,
your
¿eh?
caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Good. Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something.
Bueno, la carta.
Do you still have my letter?
Estaba clarísimo.
The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
You opened it.
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your word before God.
I can assure you that my mother and I share everything.
That's enough. Your word is worthless. I give your mother this letter myself.
Nos han pillado con el carrito del helado. Está bien traído, ¿eh? Está bien traído el juego.
I'm exhausted.
Estoy reventado.
I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Seguro que por ahí me están vigilando. Hay una mirilla. Mirilla. Uy. Bueno, y me despierto sin sangrar. ¡Qué novedad!
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Fácil.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his...
Ok. Pues... Vale. Ahí. Y lo vamos a dejar por aquí, chicos.